Hey, good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hello, hello. And how is everyone doing this morning? It's fine. Wonderful morning. Um, it might be warmer than it was, but I didn't look at the temperature today. So it's another beautiful day. And what can we do with it? How many more skips for Christmas? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, three more sleeps. Excitement is in the air. So I hope everybody is looking forward to having a wonderful Christmas, as wonderful as it can be. And today is the second day of winter. Yesterday was the darkest, longest night or whatever. Anyway, so here we go again. And we are here this morning. So we're looking for wonderful things happening in our lives. And it's a great morning. So, guys, what did you think of when you woke up this morning? Good morning. And how are you doing today? Today is another beautiful day. We have so much happening in the world right now. Things are topsy-turvy, but that doesn't get rid of the season. The season is still there. Hey, good morning, Lisa. How are you today? Oh, hi, Dawn. How are you? It's lovely to see you. Um, yeah, so on Friday, it's Christmas Day. It's a busy week. It has been an extremely busy week for me. And I'm looking forward to having a 4.5 Christmas. Normally it's a 20.7. It's always busy here at Christmas, lots of family and friends, but not this year. It's just going to be four and a half of us. So the half means my new granddaughter Kylie. She's 19 months and she's a riot. She thinks the tree, Christmas tree, and all the decorations belong to her. So she grabs them, and so we have to watch her. So here we are. So good morning, everyone, and how are you doing today? I hope you had a wonderful greeting to yourself. Your greeting, my greeting was joy is in my heart. And I hope joy is in your heart. No matter what, though, we must get joy. Remember, we went through the feeling of joy, and I really want us to do that going forward. Take the joy that we feel and try the joy of the season, even if it doesn't feel as joyous as it could be. So let's take the joy of the season and bring it out and try to feel it. That you know how we tapped into our heartstrings and pull up joy. We need to do that because it's so it's just different, and we cannot change what is different. We know we cannot change it, but we can find our joy. And even if it's a good smile while you're having a cup of coffee, don't forget to have your eggnog. Just anything to make you feel great. So joy is in your heart, and remember that it's there. It's good morning, Corinne. It's up to you to tap the joy. So find something to bring out that joy in your heart, even if this season is seen a little bit darker, gloomier, less festive than it usually is. So, and your mantra for today is I am ready to experience life to the fullest. We don't have a choice, guys. We have to take it on. So today, when you hear the news, or when somebody calls, or when somebody's depressed, or when somebody's doing this, or when it's just not going, take a deep breath and say, I'm ready to enjoy life to the fullest. So you have to enjoy it. We cannot just stay in what is happening and bury our head into it. We need to come up now and again and breathe and exhale the whole feeling. So if you're talking to somebody who calls to wish you a Merry Christmas and they can't see you and they're talking about the sadness of the season, um, try to find a way to turn it around and say, you know what, there's still joy. I am so happy you are calling me today. So I'm ready to experience the joy of the season. I'm ready to experience life to the fullest. So you try to say, you know, what can we do? We're going to have to enjoy life to the fullest. Whatever life brings us, we have to find something to enjoy in it. And there's health. There's so many wonderful things in life to enjoy to the fullest. And, you know, family, you can't see them, but you can hear them. You mightn't hug them, but you can look at them. You can maybe look at them more deeply than you looked at your family before. So that is something that is great. You might listen to them, hear their voice a little bit more soundly. And that's what this type of period we're going through right now, with Christmas in the middle of it. So we cannot hug, we cannot kiss, but we can look at them. We can enjoy their features, things you never saw in them before. The way they walk, the way they speak, their inflections, their body language. You can see them. You can take that in because that's all we can do now. And that is important. So try to enjoy, experience your life to the fullest. That means taking in every minute of every hour of every day. So let us look at our morning blessing. I'm somebody that's just going to say, what is this? Your blessing is find your framework, find your voice. Um, that is tough to ask you to find your framework, find your voice. Your framework, what is your framework? We must all work towards finding our framework. I know that. Once we connect with our framework, we always find our voice. So our framework is just as it is the frame, we inside of the frame. What is our framework? Our framework helps us make decisions. Decisions about right and wrong. This is what our framework is. Decisions in all aspects of our everyday life. So your framework is really all your ethics, our ethics. Ethics concerns all levels of our life. Acting properly as individuals, creating responsible places, organizations, and making our society as a whole more ethical. So your framework is truly your decisions about right and wrong, and that can be difficult. So when you know what you stand for, when you know who you are in your framework, is your ethical, your behavior, what you believe, what you're convicted of, your conviction is holding on to. That's your framework. When you find that, when you know that, you have a voice and you can express it. If you don't have a framework, you like and you okay, whatever, that is no framework. But when you stand up for who you are, what is deeply you, that's your framework. When you know your framework, you can follow through with your voice. So once you know who you are and what your beliefs are and what your faith, what you is you, the core of you, you can follow through with your voice. Then you have a choice. You can speak up. The thing is, we can only find our voice when we know our framework. We can when we know who we truly are, our beliefs, our ethics, what we want. Your framework is your belief and your ethics and what you have faith in. That's your framework. Your framework gives you permission to express yourself. If you have a framework, you can say what you have to say because you know it. You believe it. It's your core. It's truly you. And for that you need your voice. So you have your framework, you need your voice. And that is what you're going to use your voice to do, is to say, this is what I stand for. Your voice is your commitment to what you believe and how you express it. So your voice is your framework is in there already. I believe, I know, I'm ethical. I don't like this. This is not right. This is not fair. This is not the way it should be. This is wrong. That's your framework. Inside, your voice gives you the right to bring it out. You have a voice and it tells you, you express it. So your voice is your commitment. You're committing to your beliefs. That is what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to do. Your voice expresses it. If for one reason or the other you step away from your framework, you will lose your voice. The minute you decide you're going to step away from your belief, from your core, from being ethical, being knowing the difference between right and wrong, standing for the right, fighting against the wrong, you're going to lose your voice. You become voiceless. You cannot speak about it. You lost your framework. Usually, we do not step away from our framework that easily. But what we do without thinking, we hand our framework over to someone else. We give it away. We allow others to make decisions for us. And in so doing, we lose our voice. So you are thinking, well, what is she talking about? You lose your voice, for example, when you don't vote. You lose your voice when you don't participate. You let somebody else make the decision for you. That is what you do. So you have a right to vote. You have a right to do this. You have a right to stand up. You have an opinion to share, and you're silent. You have lost your framework. You just hand it over to the bigger voice in the room. You hand it over to the person who went to the polls and voted. That is what your framework is. Your framework is your voice. And if you don't stand up for it, usually we just kind of know we have it, but sometimes we say, I'm not doing this, I'm not taking part in this, I don't want to discuss this. We hand our framework to someone else, we give it away. We do it like that. We allow others to make decisions for us, and in so doing, we lose our own voice. The moment you let someone tell you what is, how is, when it when is, where is, and you follow while they lead. That is what you're doing. The minute you let that person tell you how is it, when is it, where is it, and you are following where they lead, you have handed them your framework and naturally the key to your voice. Without a framework, you don't have a voice. Once you let someone else take that voice, that framework from you, you choose not to participate. You choose to see right and wrong and not correct it. You choose to be there and you know it's right and don't stand up for it. You're handing over the key to your voice to somebody else. So that is what you're doing. Your framework is your belief. Your framework is your strength, your conviction. You don't vote, somebody else vote. Then you say, I don't like that. Well, you know what? You handed your framework by not doing what you know you were supposed to do. Your framework is your belief, your ethics, what you know the difference between right and wrong. When you know your framework, you you put your voice to it and be and you're there with it. Once you know what your framework is, you put your voice to it and you know what it is meant to be, so then you can express it. If you are not sure what your framework is, spend some time to search your thoughts and your feelings. You will find your framework there. That's where you'll find your framework, in your thoughts and in your feeling. Something will trigger you and you will say, but I don't like that, that's not what I believe. Huh, that makes me feel so uncomfortable. That's your framework speaking to you. And that's what you need to listen to. When you're in this situation or you're observing it or you're hearing it or you're walking through something and you say, no, 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 I don't like that. That is not what I think. That's your thought saying, no, 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 no. That's your framework. And when you feel it, that's your framework. Then you have the option, you have the choice to stand up for your belief, your ethics, what it is you believe in. Right? I love this. Wrong, I'm not standing for this. I want no part of this. That's your framework. Your voice is expressing it. Knowing your framework is knowing you are who you are. And when you know who you are, you can always express your voice. Your framework is what makes you whole and entire. That framework is the you. If my framework is the me, my framework is to give. My framework is to express my thought. My framework is I have a right to vote. I will crawl on my knees to go vote. I don't want to hand that over to somebody else. I am seeing wrong and I'll say, you don't ask me to do this. Don't ask me something that's going to hurt somebody else. I'm not going to participate in this. So I have my framework. And because of that, I can express my voice and say, no, I don't want to hear this. Or don't talk to me about this. That's my framework speaking. I know the difference and I'm standing for it. If I let you choose for me, if I let you tell me when, where, is, and how, then I'm handing it over and I'm saying I don't deserve it, but yes, I deserve to have it. So when you know your framework, you know who you are, and your voice is the expression of what you truly do. Your action is an expression of who you truly are. All of that comes together. So knowing your framework and is finding your voice, speaking it out, letting it go. Find your framework, find your voice. Without that, you're not going anywhere. So, sending you light and joy on this wonderful Tuesday morning. Please like and share Tessa-Marie's morning blessing, and I hope you got it. And I know how to be in it. When I started to find your framework, find your voice. But what is how my voice can be in a framework? But it's not. But you got it. You understand it. And your voice is you. So don't hand your framework over to somebody to make the choices for you. And sit there and say, "Oh, I didn't know." Well, you should. I should have. Should have. Didn't know and don't care is not an answer. That is not a voice. That is you're in the middle. You're neutral, and you know neutral doesn't take you anywhere. So find your framework, know your framework, believe in your framework, and find your voice to use your framework to do what you have to do, right or wrong. The right to choose. That's your framework. So sending you light and joy. Have a wonderful morning. And hello, Lisa, Dawn, Corinne. Hi, Yoko. How are you this morning, guys? I hope you had a wonderful time and you enjoyed our morning blessing. So it's Tuesday, another beautiful day. I have to decide tonight. I'm going to have I'll do a live tonight, and then I have to decide if I'll do the lives during the season. But I'll be doing the morning blessings, shorter maybe. On Christmas morning, I'll come and say something funny at 8 o'clock. Wake you up while you're trying to get dinner going, getting ready for Christmas. But today, I wanted you to remember you have a voice and share your voice. So have a wonderful day and take care of each other. Stay safe and follow the rules so we can have some fun next summer. So let's see if we can do that. So Dawn, I'm happy to see you. I guess school is out, so you had a chance to join us this morning. It's so great to see you. Give Dawn a shout out, ladies. That's so nice. So see you guys and have a wonderful and amazing day. Thank you, everybody. Bye.